Lying on the giant sized bed, you are lovingly seeing in your husband's eyes, who is busy in playing with your hairs. No one is talking right now. Both are admiring each other. It's their daily routine. Wine Cook, you're really going for 1 week. Jungkook, who was lost in her beauty, came out and pecked her cheeks. Jungkook, yeah, princess, I'm going. But don't worry, I will try to come as soon as I can. Why? You know I can't sleep without you. You said while pouting as he chuckled. Jungkook, me too, my love, but it's urgent, or else you know I never leave you alone. He was seeing her lovingly. Fine, will you bring something for me? She said excitedly. Jungkook couldn't control himself and started to laugh. Jungkook, baby, I'm going on mission, not on picnic. Wine. She started to snuggle into his chest, while she was totally covered with his long arm. Jungkook, now sleep. It's late. You have to leave me tomorrow. Why? Don't go, please. She whispered while hugging him like a baby. Jungkook kissed her all over her face and she smiled cutely. Jungkook, take care of yourself, love, and please don't get sick. Why? You know I can't stay happy without you. Jungkook, okay, let's not think about it and sleep. He kissed her forehead again and they both slept. In morning, Jungkook is getting ready and Vian is just looking at him with pout on her face. Jungkook, princess, don't pout. Come fix my tie. He chuckled. Vian walked towards him and started to fix his tie while he was kissing your forehead continuously. Jungkook, princess, you have to go college regularly. Fine. My exams are coming and here you are also going. Jungkook. Love, I'll be back in some days, don't worry. Fine. She was looking so sad. Jungkook, you want this? He showed her one bar of chocolate. Why? Yeah. She cutely smiled and took the chocolate from his hand. Time skipped 1 week. Right now Vine is sitting in library with her friends. They. Vine, why are you looking so pale? Jimin, actually her husband is not at home, right Vine? He said teasingly. Why? Don't disturb me, guys. I have to complete this chapter today. They, yeah, why not? He rolled his eyes. They, hey, Jimina, come, I'm hungry. Let's grab something from canteen. Jimin, okay, come. Why we are going? You come after completing this. Why? Please, I also want to relax. She said dramatically. Women, why? They both shout and Professor came there. Professor, you both get out from here. Women, sorry sir, they both run outside. Professor, do you need any help, Miss Ryan? Weird smile. Ryan was not even looking at him because this professor is so cheap. Why, no sir, thank you. She continued her work, but he grabbed a chair and sat next to you. Ryan back away a bit and look at him. Ryan, sir, I said I don't need any help. Then why are you sitting here? Professor, so that I can see you? He smirked. You are really very beautiful, Ryan. Fine. What are you doing, sir? Don't touch me, she said as he was touching her ears. Professor, look, Ryan, I want you at any cost. Come with me, or else I will force you, he said angrily. No one knows except women that Ryan is married, and this professor is disturbing Ryan from past 1 week. But she didn't tell Jungkook because she know that he will kill him. Why? Don't cross your limits, sir, she said angrily and stood up. Professor also stood up in front of her, but Wine tried to run. Professor, where are you going? The whole library is empty. He was holding her arm. Wine was trying her best to get rid of him, but his grip was so tight. Wine punched on his stomach, but instead of leaving her, he pushed her with full force, and Wine fell on table hardly, and he left the library in anger. Wine was hissing in pain, but there was no one. She tried to sit on a chair and started to cry heartily. Wine came out of the college while running. They, Wine, what happened, buddy? Jimin, why are you running? What happened? They both were going behind him. Wine, don't come behind me. She shouted and sat in car and left. They, what happened to her? Jimin, I don't know. I hope she will be. Wine came home and locked herself in room. She lay on bed and started to cry loudly. The pain was so much for her because she is sensitive. So no one dared to touch her. Her legs and hands were bleeding from many places. She called Jungkook but he didn't pick, so she slept while crying. Jungkook, Princess, I'm home. He was shouting happily. Maid, sir, ma'am is in room. She bowed. Jungkook, take this bag and put it in living room. She took all the bags and left, and Jungkook went towards his room. He opened the door and came inside without any noise. He was very excited to meet with his baby. But when he came near her, his all happiness vanished. Wine's face was full red due to crying, still tears are coming out from her eyes. Jungkook didn't say anything and he pulled her in his embrace. Wine flinched and started to struggle because she thought that Professor also came here. Jungkook, Princess, what happened? His voice was so soft and Wine quickly opened her eyes. Wine, cook, her voice was trembling. Jungkook was engulfing her and was saying sweet words into her ear. He don't know what happened to her, but he will surely not leave the person alive who made her princess her love of life cry. Wine, please don't leave me again. She was crying badly. Jungkook lay her, but she hissed in pain. Jungkook, what happened, love? Tell me, please. He asked softly. Wine, Cookie, he hurt me, crying like a baby. Jungkook, who hurt you, princess? He said, and his eyes fell on bruises which was on her arms. Jungkook, who did this, Wine? His eyes darkened. Wine told him everything while crying like a baby. Jungkook, don't worry, you will not see him again. He made her lay on bed and took out the first aid box. He started to apply ointment on her bruises, and his mind was just thinking about that person who dared to touch her. After applying, he made her lay on his chest and started to say sweet words, and soon she slept in his arm. As she get this much warmth after so many days, Jungkook was just waiting for her to sleep so that he can leave. And he did the same. After making her sleep, he left the house. Right now, Jungkook is sitting on the chair and a man is tied up in front of him. And his all men are pointing their gun on him. Jungkook, you think I can leave you after what you did with my princess? Professor, so she is your servant, huh? Jungkook's eyes become red and he makes fist of his hand. Jungkook, how dare you to call my wife like this, huh? I know you already harass many girls of the college. You know, I was finding you, but you make my work easy. He smirked. Professor, leave me, you are going to kill me just for a servant. Jungkook, you talk a lot now, it's my turn. He came near him. Professor, what are you doing? I'm your dad best friend. Jungkook, oh poor man. He smirked and cut his one finger with blade. Professor yelped in pain and still looking at him with attitude. Jungkook, still attitude, huh? He cut his one more finger. Professor, please leave me. Started to plead now. Jungkook, I never kill my enemy so easily, and you did the big mistake of your life. Professor, I'm sorry, please leave me. Crying because of pain. Jungkook, yeah, I will leave you soon, he said and started using blade on his whole body. And he was yelping in pain while Jungkook was feeling so good. He even cut his tongue, and now the professor is almost died. Jungkook, give me the bottle, he said to his man, and he quickly handed him. Jungkook opened his mouth and put all the acid in it. Jungkook, you are free now. He laughed dangerously and left the place. Soon he died, and Jungkook's man took his dead body away. This is his way to kill his enemy. He never leave anyone, so how could he leave a person who attack on his princess? He can do everything for her. He is obsessed with her princess and never let anyone look at him. He came home and seeing her sleeping, he chuckled and kissed her forehead and lay beside her and pulled her little body into his embrace. Jungkook, you are just mine, love, and I can give my life for you too. He whispered and soon he slept.